What's good, YouTube? You already know who it is. It's Laquana, and I'm back again with another video, as y'all can see. And this video is about story time, and it don't have anything to do with Vlogmas. It just comes to the point of a time when I was just thinking about this yesterday, and I decided that I want to do a story time when I was fighting in high school. This typical day, it was somewhere around like in April. Like, I was in the 9th grade in high school, getting ready to go to lunch, and I had beef with my best friend, even though it didn't supposed to happen. But all I gotta say is it was some he say she say per se throughout the whole entire drama. See, this subject is very crazy to talk about because I never really talk about it, and it's kind of crazy to talk about it because it was my first fight, and I never been into a serious fight, but that one was my first serious fight. And to tell you the truth, it was crazy. It was embarrassing because really, we in high school and we fighting in the lunchroom just to let everybody see and let everybody know what was in our business. So the drama had started that I was talking about my friend, and obviously the question of that about that, stating that I was talking about her, like somebody had asked me, do I miss her? And I was like, yeah. And do you still hang out with her? And I was like, no. Then somebody twisted my words, and I really don't deal with that person anymore. It comes to the point where it was just like, me and this girl, she used to come to my house every weekend. We used to have so much fun, but it kind of got distracted from other people and other haters. So therefore, it was just to that point where, okay, we're not friends no more, but we could still have a conversation. Well, normally if I fight somebody, I don't never want to deal with them again. It's just typical because of her. She was supposed to be my stepsister, and luckily I'm glad that didn't happen, because you know, sisters don't supposed to fight. But I'm glad that we settled our differences and pretty much let all the haters think or what they want to think go on about their personal and crazy issues. The fight happened in April. It all started like, okay, all girls sitting in a lunch table. If I would have moved my seat, the fight wouldn't ever happen. But during that time, we had a lot of students in our high school, and then like overflow, they had to make room for some more kids to sit down in the lunchroom. Nowhere else to sit. So I had to sit, like, it was just like a month before we go to the next grade. I mean, I was like, shit, I could stick it out. Like, I ain't gotta talk to them even though they was down from the table. Like, they was sitting at the same table even though they couldn't move, but they decided to stay where they wanted to, and I stayed where I stayed at, and that was gonna be the end of it. Like, we was gonna go to we would sit at the same table but just not talk to each other. So obviously a fake friend had asked me, who do you not like? And I'm like, y'all want to really seriously start this? Like, why do you want to sit there and start a fight like this, and especially in front of all these people? Like, y'all want to create a scene for somebody to go back and tell, even though it was a huge scene and pretty much everybody has said, oh, Laquana won that, Laquana won this, Laquana got them thumpers. I don't remember fighting her. All I can remember is the last thing I remember her was hitting me in my face. And I thought to myself, did she really just hit me in my face in front of all these people? Normally, if somebody want to do that and make a scene, they really trying to make themselves feel bigger and better. And to be honest with you, people in the whole high school was bullying her. Like, they wasn't messing around with her. They wasn't dealing with her because of me and stuff like that. And I felt like protected at my high school, but not as much. So it would have came to the point where I was like, sitting here fighting at the high school, do I have something better else to do? Right? And then obviously, like, people like that, they like to show off in front of other people. That's why we ended up fighting in high school, which it wasn't better. I'm not gonna say that it was the best decision that I could have did, but I really had to defend myself, and I did exactly what I do, and I did win, and it was the end of that. So it was just crazy. And then it's like, and then after that fact, like, just like I said, we kind of still communicated, but during at that time, she wanted to be my friend. I couldn't take it. She was being so over dramatic about stuff. I'm like, she used to call my phone. I used to ignore it sometimes because, just like our probation officer said, we cannot have communications with each other, and she was trying to connect with me, and I couldn't do that. And like, if they said if we communicate back with each other, and I didn't report it because that would have got her in more trouble, but I really just ignored her and got off of probation, like, just in 3 months. Like, I had to pay a school fine, $50, because we did disruption in the lunchroom. We didn't even do nothing, just move chairs. How the hell that's disruption? Like, moving chairs, fighting. I'm like, you supposed to defend yourself so somebody put their hands on you. Then y'all want to sue up. Like, that would say that's kind of like a little sue, but to be honest with you, since this is Scriven, and Scriven don't make a lot of money, and they broke behind schools, don't do nothing, so obviously they want to make up a new law saying that they are broke because they want to make it seem like that the parents have money, if y'all get what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what was the reason of us finding them. I mean, I don't know if it was I don't know what is the reason of them finding us because we did disruption in a lunchroom. Like, that situation, like, they just wanted money because they are born, like, they born school system, and like, if you ever go to Scriven, y'all would just realize that we only got one elementary school, one middle school, and one high school. Like, I was glad to get the heck away from Scriven, and I really feel bad for the people that do stay, like my parents, like, they live in Scriven County. Like, all the places that they could have choose, they want to pick Scriven. Like, I was born in Statesboro. Why couldn't I just live my life in Statesboro? I would have had a better environment. Like, Scriven is nothing. Like, they don't even have a mall. They only have one clothing store, and they only got 2 grocery stores. Like, who the heck want to stay in Scriven? Like, I don't get that. It's so hard for me to get over it. It is so funny, and I would, like, just like I said, the only way I could go back to Scriven, if I moved there, if me and my boyfriend broke up, and if I can't afford to live around here, I would go somewhere cheaper. But the thing is, I don't want to go back to Scriven. I want to move to Statesboro. If I ever have a chance to go back home, I would go back to where the world I was born. Therefore, I don't plan to go back to Scriven, and unless I'm visiting my family. Like, I'm glad that I moved from Scriven, because that environment, like, it was just, I love the people that are from there, and I love the people who have supported me and been my friend since day one. Ever since I've been going to elementary school. I've been going to elementary school from the time I was, like, from pre-K all the way to 12th grade. Even though I had moved in the midst of those years and them grades that I think I moved. My first time moving was in Statesboro, and I was in the 3rd grade, and then I moved back to Scriven once I was in the 5th grade. So I missed pretty much 2 years or 3 years of school in Scriven. I say 2, even though it wasn't really serious. The only reason why I moved back to Scriven when I was in 5th grade, because I was missing my father, because he was my super cool dad, and he really wanted me to come back. Like, I'm 24 years old. My daddy want me to move back to Scriven right now. I told my daddy, I'm grown, I love you, but I got to make my own decisions. It's better for me, it's better for my family, and I don't want to be, like, he already was paying my car note, and I really didn't want him to do that, but he offered it because I had lost my job, and I was getting promoted, but in the midst of me getting promoted, I got fired, and all because I had a flat tire and I couldn't. And then one of my recruiters say that I was trying to threaten him. I was not trying to threaten him. He just want to be a black person, but he's in a white body. Like, he could be the typical person. If y'all know Jacoby, y'all don't want to deal with him. Like, he trying to be black, but he's white. Like, he talk black, but he acts white. Like, I could have sworn he was a black man. Like, the name Jacoby and the way he talk. Like, he have to hang around white. I mean, he have to hang around black folks. But anyway, to be honest with you, I'm not going to get into that. That could be another story time. It could be another story time for tomorrow. I might do a story time tomorrow. But this is just like the time when I was fighting in high school. And I pretty much missed high school. The only thing that I'm going to say, my conclusion, is that me and the girl are still into contact. I mean, me and her got a better relationship. I wish that we never would have fought in high school. And me and her kind of still, like, she come to my house when, she come to my father's house every time he has a cookout. And that's the last time when I seen her. And she was pregnant and she had a baby. Didn't get to see her yet, and I'm going to see the baby. But she will be the only person out of everybody who I ever fought to me being, because me and her, she was pretty much my other half. And I still love her, but it just come to the point where if I have beef with you, we weren't supposed to have beef. If you, like, I heard from the grapevine that she missed me being a friend, and I was like, well, I really don't have no bad blood, because really she just listened to what people was saying, because they was hating on our relationship, they was hating on our friendship, and I really didn't come any, like, I don't even know where the drama had started, to be honest with you. It just came out the blue. Like, and then what really made me mad is when she texted my father about tell your daughter to keep my name, like, tell your daughter to keep my name out her mouth. I'm like, do you realize who you talking to? And then he told me, he was like, I got a message from her saying that you was talking about her. I'm like, I ain't even worried about it. Like, she really just wants something to talk about, or she really just want to have beef. And then I never would have thought it would have blow up in my face into people who don't really have nothing going on with our conversation. And it just the end of that. Like, just like I said, me and her still keeping contact, but I wish that me and her would have never fought. So I'm gonna end this video right here. If y'all new, please subscribe. Please turn on that bell notification on so you'll know every time when I post and make a post or upload a video, as y'all already know. If y'all new, please subscribe to my channel. Welcome. It's called Laquana's Life. Anybody is welcome. Please subscribe. Hit that red button, and I will get right back with you. In the meantime, I will see you next time. Bye.